All right, so one of the most important things when you're driving your cars hard at the track or driving them hard on the street is maintenance. One of the things I do a lot of pretty much every week on my Foxbodies is I maintenance them. So I'm always checking to make sure things aren't breaking, things aren't torn up or whatever. But today we're actually gonna get a chance to see what type of oil and filter that I run in my turbo cars. If that interests you guys, then stick around, hit that like and subscribe, and let's get on into it. Things first though, we got to get unstrapped and get the car back into the lift so we can get the wheels changed back over and check over our slicks. Not a big deal. I mean, you know, even cars that are driven on the street, maintenance is very, very important. Staying on a good schedule, changing your diff fluid, you should be changing your trans fluid, and changing your oil at least a couple times a year, especially if you drive your Foxbody to a lot of events or you do a lot of street driving, or just let's get the old Fox fired up here. Cousin Paul will get us lined up on the old liftinator. Yeah, so this isn't gonna be no fancy video, guys. We're just gonna get the white car into the shop, you know, get the oil and filter switched. I'll show you what I like to use, and it seems to work out pretty good because we've been hammering on this motor and my 363 for about a year or two now. Yeah, it still runs real good. You know, good oil pressure. That's not a high volume, so runs about 60 cold, 40 seems like it's just like all race car stuff, whatever, but we're about to switch back to street form. Like I said, we're gonna get the NVX wheels back on it and put the wing back on it and change my tune, which, you know, I got my oil here and my filters that we're gonna change. Like I said, I don't remember the last time we even changed the oil in this. So we did lose some oil on that catch can video with PCV area. As I showed in the last couple videos, we're gonna get it back to where it's actually, and we're gonna need to scribe a mark on our universal dipstick. Because if I remember correctly, we put a universal dipstick in this, didn't we? So we gotta figure out exactly where 7 quarts is at again. So I'll be happy with it. Plus we got Ford takeover coming up, and we'll be doing some driving and some dynoing, and you know, we beat the snot out of these cars and we have a bunch of fun with them. So maintenance is important. And last thing we got to do is figure out our fuel pressure regulator hose and where we're going to actually mount it at, as that's one of the issues we had last time too. But we fix and break and fix and race and fix and car show. And fun, right? Is it fun? Sometimes it's fun. All right, guys, so when you're running your guys' Foxbody pretty hard, maintenance is pretty important, like we had talked about. And this is the type of oil that I like to run with. Since I run a different type of fuel than most people do, E85. What just happened?
Just settled.
Well, let's not settle on my head. Would you do? Trap me? So anyway, since I run an ethanol E85, I like to run with the Brad Penn. It has high zinc levels in it. And what zinc does is it helps protect your motor. It definitely helps your motor when your high performance applications, especially on ethanol. I also run a additive in my fuels when we actually get them. I run about 1 to 2 ounces of this ethanol additive that takes the water out of the fuel. Since if you guys aren't familiar with ethanol, ethanol is 85% ethanol corn and about 15% petroleum fuel. So it is pretty corrosive when it comes to fuel systems. So you do have to have a special fuel system sort of to run it. Plus when you're tuning with it, it takes about 30% more fuel to run ethanol than actual pump, like 93 pump gas, petroleum gas. But we're not here to talk about fuels. Let me get the car up so we can get the oil changed out. Oh, I also wanted to show you the oil filter that I like to use is the MicroGuard. The MGL 51311 is the one that I'm using, but you can see it's kind of a shorty one. On an on-3 type of build, you have to run a shorty, like little shorty filter, whatever you want to call it. Kind of gets right in between the driver's header and the block itself. So we pretty much chose this filter because it has a 29 micron, like the screening inside or whatever. The same things happen with your fuel pre and post filters. So. All right, unedited, look at that. Think we fixed our oil leak problem. Got a little bit from residue still, but it's not as wet anywhere near, this is from my black car, anywhere near what it was before. I am losing some brake fluid though, like I said before when I did this knuckle. Definitely gonna have to visit the old brake lines and the booster. So it looks like our faceplate's not leaking as much as it was. Which is kind of a good thing. But I think the seal, like, you know, you can see that if I had the regular seal on it, it's still got about 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch outside of the transmission. This seal is just big. I don't like these seals. I want to replace it with the other one. Take a look back here. Looks like everything was good this week. I don't see any issues, but we're gonna go ahead and get this popped off so we can get it draining. All right, we had talked about checking this trans fluid. I forgot the other day. For our faceplate, we run the lightweight shockproof Redline. This is really good shockproof oil. I've been running it in my faceplates for years. I wouldn't suggest this on anything synchronized though. So we'll throw a little bit up in there with our little apparatus and make sure it's topped off, and then we'll get this oil draining for a while. So how low was it? Good 1/4 more. Almost 3/4 of a quart low. That's not good. One thing about the shockproof oil is when you get it on everything, this is like becoming the Tin Man with the anti-seize. You get this on you, it smell like shockproof for a week. We'll get this tightened back up. I just wanted to check that real quick. I'm glad I did. Shockproof doesn't really go bad per se. We'll probably end up maintaining it later on this year. We didn't put that many miles on it or whatever, but I just mainly want to get this thing draining, and then we'll come back in a little bit and I'll show you this oil filter, how close it is and whatever. All right, so Cousin Paul got this loose. I'm gonna go ahead and let him hammer down on it real quick. He's pretty good at these silly little oil filters. Go ahead. But as you can see, it's the small oil filter, and it sits right next to the header. Not that that's a good idea, but this is what you run in on-3 stuff. And I run ethanol, so we should smell a good amount of ethanol, but you know, that's why you run, you know, the water additive to keep it out of your, you know, out of your engine for the most part. All right, so here's the bottom of the drain. It doesn't look bad at all. I mean, there's some stuff on it. You're talking about like 2 years of beating the shit out of this motor. I don't really see any, there's no chunks in there. It's just old crap. All right, so like I said, the MicroGuard's the filter we like to use. So we like to put a little bit of oil here on this little oil ring, and then we'll come up in here, and it's not a very big area to work with, but it works. You know, it's still pretty good distance from the header for the most part. And remember, this is a 9.4 deck motor from the junkyard. Usually there's like an O2 here that likes to get in the way, but we relocated that to the other side. You can see here. That was one of the modifications we made to the 9.4 deck on 3 kit. One of many. If you guys are interested, we will be doing a video cutting this MicroGuard filter open with Dave Dalkey. He's the guy who helped build my 408 Windsor and my 363 stroker. So we will be cutting it open to show you guys a professional engine builder's opinion on what's going on inside of my 408. Be pretty cool build. All right, let me stop talking, get the car back down. We'll get the 7 quarts in it, get it fired up. We'll give it a first fire, get the oil settled, and you know, again, our cars aren't perfect, guys. We have some fun. We do a lot of maintenance on them to make sure they go A to B and they go straight. And I'm really happy with the way this car performed. You guys will see that draggy. We're doing the draggy video coming up. How accurate is the draggy? And we did it racing this car at the track 3 passes. I think you guys would be really appreciative of that. So again, let me just get it down and we'll get this video finished. Keep your Foxbody running, you know, tip top. One thing I did want to check while we were in the engine here is the valve cover gaskets, making sure that the oil that I'm seeing on the side over here in the back isn't coming from the rear of the valve cover gasket. Gets in it. Got about 3 extra quarts here. This will be another filter. So we'll put that with the shock proof. And we'll throw this in the trailer. It's always nice to have stuff for when you're racing or traveling with your Foxbody to like these shows or whatever. You know, to have it in your trailer. You know, you never know when somebody might need your help. It's a good buddy thing to do. You know what I mean? For maintenance. You know, I got gear lube. I got all kind of stuff. I've had people salvage parts off me. I think I got like an alternator, starter, MSD box, distributor, coil, solenoid. I got a whole pack of stuff in my trailer in case something goes bad at the track when we're having some fun. And, you know, nobody wants to sit there and not race their car, you know what I mean? So it's gonna go in the trailer. Go ahead and get my catch can put back on. So let's take a peek real quick at our PCV. Still sitting in the rear PCV hole. All right, guys, that's pretty much all I got for you for this video. We got the oil changed in the car. We got the faceplate filled. Next week, we'll probably maintenance the differential. And this is some stuff that I do at least once a year with these cars, depending on how much we drive them. I'll be doing a clutch change soon. I got some couple things coming up for the channel with the white car here. I think you guys are gonna be super excited about. So we're gonna get these wheels switched back over to street form, get my wing back on. I'm not gonna really put that on video. Maybe I can get some Memorial Day driving in tomorrow and break the oil in and get that crosshatch mark back on it that I've been missing. So if you guys enjoy the channel, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe below. Check out that join button. I encourage everybody to check it out. It's the guys in green or my memberships. Check out the thanks button and the merch shelf. All that stuff donates to the channel and it's very appreciated. But outside of that, I just appreciate you watching me rambling, just doing some oil change stuff. So be sticking around though. We got a Mustang dyno versus dyno jet comparison coming up, and we got a draggy that we are testing at the track. And you guys are gonna be very interested in that. That's what's coming up next week. See you guys soon in the next video. Thank you for watching.